Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. And as you can see, I have a guest. And so why don't you tell the Vayner Nation who you are, and you don't have to tell them why you're here, because you're not probably sure yourself. But, we'll get into that in a little bit. But why don't you introduce yourself to the Vayniacs?
Gary, thanks. I'm Alex Bartholomaus. I'm the president and CEO of Billington Wines, and Gary's been nice enough to give me a great opportunity to talk a wine that our company's passionate about, my family's passionate about. It's the Two Brothers Cabernet Reserva. This wine comes from a very cool project that my brother and I kind of came up with about 8 years ago.
Let me jump in real quick. This is a very special episode to me because I think now that I finally have logged 500 episodes, and Mott, the Vayniacs, and the rest of the wine world at this point, I think is starting to realize I'm not looking to pitch an extra case of Zinfandel out of here at the Wine Lib. I think people are starting to realize what I'm about a little bit more, and this project hits me hard. Now, what's really fun about this is it did make the book, this wine, so that's really cool, which you just found out about. Great job, Peanut Gallery. But it was a wine that I was really blown away by. It was wine number 100 in the book, so a lot of you already know the story about this wine, but this wine to me is about family and caring and doing the right thing, and I think a lot of the people who watch me on this show and a lot of people who watch me on GaryVaynerchuk.com, Mott, it's a good idea. We haven't linked that up in a little bit. So, Mott, link that up. GaryVaynerchuk.com, doing some cool things there if you want to learn about the back end of my business thought process. I realize that family and doing the right thing is right here for me. Jets is probably slightly above that, but other than that, no. Family and doing the right thing is number one. So, why don't you tell everybody what the backstory is on the Two Brothers Cabernet, which we have the 2005 Reserva is?
Well, it started, my brother and I, unfortunately, we lost our mom in the year 2000, February 26. It was a terrible day, but, a lot of wonderful things have come out of it. For starters, my brother and I became very, very good friends. We weren't very close. So that unto itself, amazing, amazing thing. So when we started hanging out, we started getting all these different ideas about how to pay homage to my mom.
You and your bro are different?
Night and day.
He's a tattoo artist.
That's right. He's an amazing tattoo artist.
Amazing. That's what his logo, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what he came up with first. He came up with a very large tattoo. He has that tattooed on his chest. I have a small version of the
on his chest?
Yes, on his chest. It's huge. Awesome. It's big. That's where our first wine came from, Big Tattoo Red. And it was a great tattoo. I wanted to blend a wine from Chile. 2,500 cases sort of came together. And we kind of thought we'd be drinking 2,400, but as happenstance...
Because the wine sucked, or...?
No, it was just we were being different. It was a different name, Big Tattoo Red. It was before blends were cool. It was before kind of catchy marketing. But people rallied, and people rallied in a big way. And over the last few years, we've come out with Big Tattoo White, which is a white blend from Germany. We've come out with Big Tattoo Syrah. And in 2005, we said, you know what? We kind of want to come out with a wine that's just a little bit over $10, because these wines have predominantly been $8 or $9 retail. So we focused on the wine that, in my opinion, Chile does the best, which is Cabernet Sauvignon. I asked my winemaker, Pierre Viala, who's a Frenchman who fell in love with a Chilean woman, but that's a different story. And
why don't we go into that story a little bit? Those get interesting. You got the inside gossip on it?
Well, no, it was like this great, Chilean women are hot. Chilean women are hot.
Them, huh?
Psyched in, brought in the Frenchman.
Understood.
And he's in. And now that he's in, he's making wine for me. And this wine was his first attempt at making...
You're happy with this Chilean lady?
He's happy with the Chilean.
Well, you also got a great winemaker out of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're fans. We're fans.
You're on
Anything
board.
to keep Pierre focused. That's a good thing. Behind every great man is a great woman.
No doubt.
So we've got the Cab Reserva, 2005. 2005 was the start of 3 straight good years for Cabernet. We actually sourced it from Colchagua, where there's some great Cabernet producers like Montes.
Colchagua is unbelievable little area.
Yeah, you have Aurelio Montes doing some good things. You have the people at Casa La Apostol, I think, doing some good things.
Alex, instead of all the technical bull crap for a second, let's talk about the awesomeness about the donation factor.
Okay.
Because to me, that really, is awesome. It's the right thing. I love it. Tell the Vayniacs about that.
Well, you know what?
Because all your technical stuff, we're going to taste it now and evaluate it.
Okay.
Now, you have a huge advantage because I've already obviously liked it if I put in my own book, but, maybe this this cork might, well, no cork, maybe the screw top, tainted it and we're going to hate it.
No.
But tell me about the donation.
Well, the donation aspect is something that really we had no idea what it was going to turn into. And in that first vintage, we said, you know what, we're going to do 50 cents a bottle, $6 a case. So the first year we wound up donating.
Which you would donate to?
Either breast cancer research or hospice. They were our two kind of major benefactors. And as that evolved, we actually started donating half that amount locally in the state where we would make the donation. And over time,
I see.
we started...
Based on how much each state sold?
Correct.
Really
Correct.
cool.
And then we started over time expanding because my mother was a very giving person, and there were other charities other than breast cancer research or hospice that needed support. So, over the last 6.5, 7 years, we've actually donated over $1 million for charity. It's an amazing thing. You can track our progress at www.billingtonwines.com. It's right there in front. Every day we try to update it so everybody knows.
Tell Mott to link it up.
Mott, link it up.
A little bit more enthusiasm.
Mott, link it up, man!
There you go. So, he likes it when it's, right, Mott? You like it when it's over the top pumped. Mm-hmm. It's just delicious. So every day you guys are updating the progress of the donation?
Yeah, we're doing our best. We're doing our best. At a minimum weekly, and we try to do it daily, just because we always want to see the number growing. And really, after going over $1 million, now you're going to help me get to $2 million. Isn't that amazing? $2 million.
Personally, Mott, can I get the checkbook? Okay, that's awesome. I mean, to me, that's what it's about. For me, this is a fun way to kick off this week. One wine that you kind of already have a little impact on, but I thought it was an amazing opportunity to get you here and talk about it a little bit, because to me, this is the process. This is, I hope to get to a place where I'm very involved in these kind of situations in the future. I hope that the Vayner Nation grows to such a place where we can use this platform and I can use my pseudo-internet celebrity to do great things like this. This is a project I really got behind, and I'm just really excited about it. So thanks for being here.
No, this is great.
Do you want to taste this, Will?
Absolutely.
Let's give it a whirl. First, you have to give it a sniffy sniff. I don't know if you know about that. That's a good sniff. So, very similar to what I remember when I first smelled this wine. I get this really sweet tart kind of candy thing going on. Have you ever had a sweet tart?
Absolutely.
You like them?
Love them. Kids
How about
love them
Spree?
too.
How about Spree? Have you ever had Spree?
I'm always very preferential to the sweet tarts myself.
Sprees are better. Mott?
I don't know Sprees.
Tony?
Don't know.
You don't know what a Spree is? Thank
Yeah,
you. Sprees are killer, Mott. We had Spree on the show once, remember? You've never had a Spree?
No.
Have you had a Spree?
Yeah, they're too sweet.
They're tarty. They also have they have gum now, Spree gum.
Ah, okay.
Which I need to. Anyway, so I get a little bit of sweet, tarty, Spree kind of thing going on here, which I like quite a bit. There's also some really obvious blackberry thing going on here. Did you just spill on yourself?
Oh, no.
I think you did.
Yeah.
Did you catch that on film? Let's rewind. Slow-mo. So, I really get some great blackberry as well. There's a little bit of nice. Also, a lot of strawberries going on in the nose for
Absolutely.
me. How about you? Are you picking up anything else on the nose?
I'm getting red fruit, and a lot of
Yeah.
times in Chile, you get just a hint of tobacco, just kind of telling you that it's Cabernet, which I think is a very good thing. And
Always
I
a tale telling.
Yeah.
For us guys, when people want to put us in a spot blind, that tobacco is a big help.
Yeah, saves us.
A lot. There's also a really significant cassis component to this.
Yes.
Really significant, actually. I mean, sometimes in the Russian stores, because I come from Russia and Brighton Beach, where all the Russians are, there's real cassis juice, which has really helped my palate, and this really smells like that a little bit. So, 13.9 alcohol, I
Yep.
see. Which means what, 14.5 really? You can
No,
tell.
no.
You don't want to pay taxes. Tell the maniacs. Let's give it a whirl.
No.
No.
I think one of the key...
14.3.
No.
No, I believe you.
I think one of the key things to making wines that are still 13 and change is that you don't want to get something that's too ripe, too alcoholic. That's one of the big challenges.
I like how you use
to it.
0.9 as change.
Hey,
But, that being said, a little heaty on the back end, but the fruit can contain it.
Yes.
No question. I mean, the fruit is at the forefront. It's big, it's rich. I mean, I guess suggested retail is like 12 or 13, which really means a lot of places are going to have it in that $10 price range,
Yes.
which is a good thing. I mean, really fun to get this kind of value at 10 bones. Big, massive structure. I love the mid-palate transition, which is very rare, in my opinion, for wines at this price point, which was ultimately the reason it made the book. When I can find a wine that has this kind of integrity in the mid-palate, because most $10 wines are going to completely disappear on you, and they're going to give you the upfront fruit, which is going to seduce you, and they're going to give you a nice finish, which is going to relax you, and you're going to be like, all right. But if you really break it down, that mid-palate is where the interest level comes in, at least for me. And this has it. It almost has a little bit of greeniness in there, which I like, almost like asparagus top,
Yep.
which I like quite a bit. Throw a couple blackberries on there, and and I'm feeling it.
I'm thinking grilled asparagus. I'm thinking steak. It's that time of year.
No question.
I think, I kind of spend most of my summer out grilling, like I'm sure many...
Monday through Friday, right? Because
Yeah.
that's what a CEO does, right? You're just grilling, chilling, like those guys were, right? I mean,
No, that's
Tuesday.
Bobby Flay, man.
Yeah, I know.
No, but I think, if you like steak, if you like lamb...
I'm becoming a tough interviewer,
rosemary.
right? I'm enjoying this. This is no fluff pieces anymore, Mott. We're going to get tough here. It's going to be like, who's tough? Who's a tough interviewer? Anderson Cooper's been
Wallace.
tough. Like Mike Wallace is tough, right? Yeah. This is a good time to actually say our condolences to Tim Russard's family, huh? That was a big blow. It's amazing. Talk about when you're good people. I mean, there's been some people, in my opinion, brand-wise, who've passed, who might be considered bigger in our society, but we have not seen anything close to this kind of outpour. I mean, really, this is like the biggest outpour I've seen since Reagan's passed. I mean, this guy was clearly a lovable guy, loved his family, and, it's a sad loss, I think, for society.
I'm from D.C.
Oh,
and
okay.
Sunday,
So go ahead.
Sunday morning wasn't the same for one thing, and to have anyone that kind of gets compliments from both sides
Is unheard
just
of.
shows you what a quality guy he
Especially in
was.
this era where we're probably further apart than ever. So yeah, no question. So anyway, he's a great guy. I think you guys, this project really sang to me. It's the first time we've ever met, but I've always felt happy about this. I think this is a lovely thing to do for your late mother, and really shows what you guys are about. It's great that you and your bro are tight, and my bro and I are extremely tight. You should watch the show I just did with him for his 21st birthday. You see that show, Tom? It's a good one. I saved an '87 Opus for him.
Wow.
It's pretty good. Anyway, back to the vino. To me, this is a classic. You know what? We're not going to score wine today. We're just going to let that slide today, Mott. I mean, it's really like an 80. No, I'm just kidding. Really solid effort. 10 bones. Very much worthwhile. And honestly, if I know the Vaniacs out there in the Vayner Nation, I have a very good feeling 80 to 100,000 people are going to go run out and buy a bottle. And I think that's the best part for me. That's what makes me feel good. And you're going to get a value at $10 too. But the best part is where those monies are going, obviously to the right place. And that means a lot to me. And I thank you for the entire wine industry for, setting a blueprint to what I think should be done a lot more.
No, it's great. I appreciate the opportunity. All the Vaniacs out there, 50 cents a bottle, It's
nice.
It's good. It's great wine for the soul.
What, you're going to match all the Maniacs personally? Is that what you just said? Yes, Mott, this is phenomenal.
Well, why not?
And I'll match too.
Let's do it. You're on.
Let's do something special. What should we do, Mott? I got it. Why don't we do this? Let's not get ourselves killed here because I'll go out of business. You're a big time CEO. But we can have everybody who buys this wine, please email your receipt. Either scan it in, or if you buy it from some sort of website around the country, email the receipt to twobrothers@winelibrary.com. I'm going to set that up, and we're going to do something.
Okay, and on top of that, everything that Wine Library sells from today till the end of the year, 50 cents a bottle to a charity that you and I agree on locally.
Done. And you know what? And your receipts, because I don't want people to have to buy it from Wine Library. There's a lot of people around the country that can't, or at this price point might cost them more to ship, and I don't want that to be an issue.
Okay.
So we're going to set up this email, and we're going to, it might be a little tough if you go to a store, but scan it in, send it, or take a picture, whatever you want. We'll accept it in any format. Mott will personally read every single email because he loves that.
Nice, Mott.
And he's a huge. And that's phenomenal. Thank you.
No, we're on, man.
Thank you. Mott, link that email up. Link that up. Oh, I got shout-outs to do. I'm like
Okay.
Casey Kasem.
No problem.
Juliet Rose Gill, born on June 10th. That's Eric's little baby, Eric G. The big guy, Eric? Had a baby on June 10th. Welcome to the world. New Vaniac, always fun. Happy 48th birthday to Joel Hood. And happy 22nd birthday to Jake Gacky. I hope I pronounced his name right. But also, Ma, I want you to link up one other thing. I caught up on all my Facebook questions, all 250 that I was backlogged, so Ask Gary, link that up. And then finally, congratulations, engaged this weekend, Jonathan and Kristen. Mott, you saved it on that one. Question of the day. Talking a lot about family. Just had Father's Day. So my question is, what is the best wine experience you've had with a family member? Getting sad, I want to read that. It makes me feel good. And plus, you're going to watch this episode, you can read some of the comments. It's nice. It's what it's all about. Because you, with a little bit of me, and guys like this, we're changing the wine world.